Hello guys, and welcome to another block spotlight. Now in this spotlight I'm going to take a look at a total of 3 blocks, well, more specifically 3 machines, all from the MineFactory Reloaded mod, and I sort of felt that these these machines sort of belong together, so that's why I'm reviewing them as a whole, basically. So I've got a little setup here. I'm in a new world. We've got a lot of nice sewage lakes, very good for swimming. Yeah, so they generate pretty much anywhere. But anyway, let's get back to our setup here. So I've got a bit of a setup with our 3 blocks. The first is the Enchanter. Then we have the Auto-Disenchanter. Now keep in mind the Enchanter is actually called an Auto-Enchanter, but this does not show in the GUI menu. And then we have the Auto-Anvil at the end here. Now I'm currently powering all of these machines using Minecraft jewels from the Buildcraft mod, stored in this redstone energy cell from the thermal expansion mod. So we can also use EUs from Industrial Craft to power this, or kilojoules from universal electricity. Alright, and so yeah, up here we have a portable tank with some liquid ducts, which I'm using to pump mob essence into the Enchanter and the Auto-Anvil here, but we'll get to that in a second. First, let's have a look at the crafting recipes for these blocks. Now keep in mind, these blocks can have different crafting recipes if you have certain mods installed, like thermal expansion, and you have the option for it enabled in the configuration. So if you're playing on a mod pack or something, these will have different crafting recipes probably to make it a bit more balanced. So this is fairly cheap in the standard setup for the mod. So we've got the plastic sheets here on the top for the Auto-Enchanter. Then we have some books, 2 diamonds, and a factory machine block. This factory machine block is made using, again, 3 plastic sheets at the top, some stone at the bottom, and you should make, well, like several of these, because you need these for every MineFactory Reload machine, given of course that you are using these standard recipes. If not, for example with thermal expansion, you will have to use, I think it's machine frames and some conductance coils and stuff like that. So finally, these plastic sheets are made using raw plastic, and this can be obtained by smelting rubber or rubber bars, rubber basically from any other mod, well, given that the rubber bars are from MineFactory Reloaded itself. Alright, so that was the Auto-Enchanter here. Now we also have the Auto-Disenchanter. This requires some plastic sheets on the top, some nether bricks, a diamond, some books, and another factory machine block. And then we also have the Auto-Anvil. Now the Auto-Anvil is fairly expensive if you don't have a lot of resources, so this basically requires some plastic sheets, 3 anvils. These can be any type of anvil, so they can be damaged, they can be new, it doesn't really matter, but you need 3 of them, and of course the factory machine block. So that's quite a bit of iron you need to build this. Okay, so let's have a look at the Enchanter here, or Auto-Enchanter. So basically what this does is it's sort of an automated buffed up enchantment table. Now in an enchantment table you have sort of a fairly random experience with, like, you push an item in there and you get a couple of obscure choices, and you sort of have to guess usually which is the best choice for you, and you'll see what enchantment you get from that. Now here you can also enchant an item. Now to do this you need power, so some energy, and monster essence, which you can get from using a mob grinder to grind down mobs. Now I did a tutorial on the mob grinder and how to get essence from that, and I will link to that in the description as well. Alright, so that's are basically 2 ingredients you need. Now over here you will notice this little countdown. So you can go all the way down to, I think, 1. Yeah, there we go. So you can go down to 1, and you can go back up, of course. Now you might already have an idea what this does, given that this is sort of like an enchantment table. So the essence is sort of a form of liquid experience, And the level here is basically the experience level you're using to enchant. Now it will take longer to enchant an item with a higher level, so I'm going to demonstrate this at fairly low levels so you guys don't have to wait half of the video to actually see what happens. So I'm going to throw a sword in here, diamond sword, and it's already done. So as you saw, we have level 5 here, and I got a smite 1 enchantment. Now you can also re-enchant stuff, so if it's already got an enchantment, you can just throw it back in there and it'll add another enchantment. Do keep in mind, if you do this, it will take longer if you already have the enchantment on there. So the time it has to work will be a lot longer if you already have an enchantment on there. Now let's go up to 10. As you can see, it's already got 2 enchantments on there, and it's taking quite a bit longer now because of the higher level and the fact that we already have 2 enchantments on there. Okay, so here we go. We now have Bane of Anthropods 2 as well. And you can of course repeat this process until it's completely filled up. Like at a certain point, I think after about 3 or 4 times you can no longer get more enchantments on there. Now in this case, because I'm at the low level, I can probably increase the enchantments if I go to a higher level, but I'm not going to do that because that takes quite some time. I'll quickly demonstrate that to you. So over here now we have, it didn't really change anymore. Now let's say we go up to level 30, right, and throw a new sword in there. It requires 2590 work units, so that's going to take some time to finish, so I'm not going to do that. Let's take this down to, let's say, 20. That's only 525 units. That's sort of doable. So let's see what this gets us. So basically the enchantments on this are random, but you can get any enchantment. So for example, Silk Touch for pickaxes, or Efficiency, Fortune, you can get everything. Of course you can also, I think, enchant bows. So let's get ourselves a bow. Here we go, 1 bow. Yeah, there we go. So that's also enchanting. So let's take this down a bit. Alright, so we've got power 2 on the bow now. And yeah, so, oh yeah, do keep in mind I currently have the glowing effect disabled, so you're not seeing these glow, but they are enchanted, of course. So let's say we throw a diamond shovel in here. Now I'm not sure I'm going to get, I'm probably not going to get Silk Touch at this level, but we do have Unbreaking 2 and Efficiency 2, so that's pretty nice. Same thing goes for Diamond Axe or Pickaxe, everything will work that works in vanilla. Now you've already noticed I've got a diamond drill and a nanosuit body armor here in my inventory, and I wanted to demonstrate to you, if you throw this in here, this does not work. So you can't enchant a diamond drill or a nanosuit body armor. Basically this usually only works with vanilla items. So that's, you could say that's somewhat disappointing, but it's already sort of slightly overpowered, so I'm okay with that. Alright, so that's basically what the enchanter does. So to summarize, high level requires more time but gets you better enchantments. If you try to enchant an item that's already enchanted, the time it takes to enchant it will also increase. Alright, so over here we have the Auto-Disenchanter. Now the name will already suggest what this does. It basically allows you to take an enchantment off an item. So I'm going to throw our first diamond sword in here, and the next thing you need is a book. So I'm going to throw that in there. So we've got a book and the diamond sword. Now this is going to take a while, so let's wait for a second. And basically what this is doing is that it is choosing a random enchantment from this. So you can't specify which one, but it's choosing a random enchantment and it's pulling it off of the diamond sword. And when it does so, the diamond sword will be slightly damaged. Well, it depends sort of on how much you do this, but yeah, so that's a pretty decent amount of damage there. But now we have an enchanted book with Smite 1 on it. Alright. And of course this will work for anything, so I'm going to throw, I'm going to need this for a demonstration in a second, so let's throw this in here, maybe a bit more. Yeah, there we go. So let's say I throw a diamond shovel in here. It's got a couple of nice enchantments as well. Again, 600 work units, going to take a second, but it'll get there. And we've got Smite 1 here, of course. Alright, so that's basically what the Auto-Disenchanter does. The convenient thing about this is that, for example, if you enchant some wooden tools, you can very easily create some enchanted books. So that's pretty nice. And yeah, so here we go, we're almost there. And now we have an efficiency 2 enchanted book, and our shovel just kept the Unbreaking 2 enchantment on there. Alright, so here we have a diamond chestplate with the fire protection 2, and I'm also going to throw that in here. Now the next item here I would like to show you guys is the Auto-Anvil. Now the Auto-Anvil, unlike this, so the Auto-Disenchanter did need a mob essence to operate, but it did need energy, of course, and the Auto-Anvil again does need mob essence to work and energy. It's like when you're using a vanilla anvil, you also need to use experience to enchant items. Well, to repair items and combine items, I mean, okay? So, well, what you can do with this, for example, we have our diamond shovel here. Let's get ourselves a diamond. And now this will start repairing the shovel. Now this is going to take a while, just like with the vanilla mechanics for anvils. It's expensive to repair an item with enchantments. So in this case I've got Unbreaking 2 on here, which makes it pretty, well, not that expensive, but it does increase the time it takes to repair that. So I'm going to throw some more mob essence in here. Alright. And yeah, so the work is almost complete. And over here we should have, yeah, our fire protection 2 book. So this basically allows you to repair items, in this case my shovel. And of course the anvil doesn't just repair items, it also allows you to combine things. So I am going to demonstrate to you guys the final diamond sword I have here. And I'm going to put this Smite 1 enchanted book on there. Now it's fairly low enchantment, so, and there's none on the diamond sword, so that's going to be fairly completed fairly quickly. And here we are, Smite 1 has been added to this diamond sword. Of course you can also add these enchantments to previously enchanted items, given that there's not too many on there already. And well, the thing I wanted to demonstrate here is, you noticed previously you cannot enchant these mod items like the diamond drill and the nanosuit body armor. However, you can use the Auto-Anvil to add enchantments to them. So it's not possible, not impossible, sorry, to enchant these items. You just can't do it directly with the Auto-Enchanter. So I'm going to throw my diamond drill in here, and we have our efficiency 2 book here. And as you can see, it's actually working. It's not just spitting the diamond drill into the bottom slot here, it's actually working. And this is taking 300 work units because it's slightly higher enchantment than the Smite 1 we had before. But here we go, we have efficiency 2 on our diamond drill. And of course the nanosuit body armor will without a problem also take this fire protection 2 enchantment. So we'll just wait for this to finish working, but now we have efficiency 2 on our diamond drill. So basically, if you want enchantments on your mod items, you can get these, but you have to first enchant a vanilla item, then use the Auto-Disenchanter to get an enchanted book, and then you can add these to your items using the Auto-Anvil. So that basically summarizes these 3 blocks. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next tutorial.